Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really heartbreaking event that just unfolded in India. We're going to walk through the details of the tragic cruise boat sinking on the Narmada River, right near the Bargi Dam in Madhya Pradesh. Now, look, it's a heavy subject for sure, but understanding the sequence of events, the human impact, and the ongoing rescue efforts is absolutely crucial as we piece together what exactly happened from the source reports. So, the crucial point is really the profound human tragedy right at the center of this disaster. When rescue teams were pulling victims from the water, they encountered a truly devastating scene. A mother and her 4-year-old son were found. Well, they had passed away, but they were actually clutching each other, strapped to the exact same life jacket. She was holding him tight to her chest in what was clearly this desperate final attempt to save him as the boat went down. It just immediately grounds us in the terrifying reality of what these passengers experienced. And honestly, this brutally illustrates just how unpredictable a disaster like this can be. That mother and son we just talked about, they were part of a larger family of 4. They were tourists visiting from Delhi. And this single family was literally torn apart. While the mother and her little boy tragically perished, the father and daughter somehow, miraculously, managed to escape the sinking vessel. It's just an imaginable, permanent divide for a family that was just out to enjoy a scenic river cruise. A sudden, deadly storm. Let's move to and see how this builds into the exact sequence of events that caused the disaster. Like, how does a routine tourist outing turn into a fatal disaster so incredibly fast? Well, to understand that, we need to look at this timeline. It started exactly how you'd expect, a totally calm cruise on the Narmada River. But then, out of nowhere, the weather suddenly worsened. A massive, strong storm started ripping across the water. This sudden wind and turbulence caused the cruise boat to become violently unbalanced. And in basically no time at all, the vessel just started filling up with water. Reports describe absolute sheer chaos on board. Passengers didn't know what was happening, there was screaming, and as the boat went down, people were just desperately crying out for help. Now, amidst all that rapid sinking and chaos, we do have a bit of clear information about the crew. The captain of the cruise boat, a man named Mahesh Patel, actually managed to survive the horrific accident. And the critical detail here, the thing noted in all the reports, is that Captain Patel was wearing a life jacket when the boat went down. That protective gear, without a doubt, played a huge role in his survival during the sudden capsize. A survivor's harrowing account. To really grasp the sheer speed and terror of this, we need to listen to the firsthand testimony of survivor Syed Riaz Hussain. Hussain told reporters about the agonizing suddenness of it all. He said his wife, his mother-in-law, and his young grandson, quote, disappeared from sight in the blink of an eye. Just let that sink in for a second. When that storm hit and the boat flipped, his entire family vanished into the turbulent water instantly. There was literally zero time to react or grab hold of each other. Hussain himself described his own survival as nothing short of a miracle. He recalled how, as he was underwater fighting for his life, he ended up stuck in a spot where only his head was above the surface. He could breathe, sure, but he was physically trapped there for nearly 2 full hours. And during that agonizing wait, he recounted the deeply traumatizing experience of just seeing bodies floating past him in the river, right before rescue teams finally spotted him and pulled him out. Ongoing rescue efforts. Let's look at the immediate aftermath and the emergency response data reported by the IANS news agency as of Friday morning. First, and obviously most tragically, this horrific accident has claimed a confirmed 9 lives. That number represents 9 individual tragedies, and yes, it includes the mother and child from Delhi that we talked about at the very beginning of this explainer. But despite the sheer chaos caused by the storm, emergency responders did manage to pull off a significant rescue op. Authorities successfully pulled 24 people from the water to safety. Although, simply getting out of the river wasn't the end of the nightmare. Out of those 24 people rescued, a staggering 17 of them needed immediate hospitalization because of the physical toll of surviving the capsize and those turbulent waters. And the heartbreak for this community? It is far from over. There are still 9 people officially listed as missing in the Narmada River. Devastatingly, that number includes 5 children. It also includes the missing family members of Syed Riaz Hussain, whose agonizing story we just walked through a moment ago. Because those 9 individuals are still unaccounted for, there's a massive, urgent operation actively happening right now. Multiple agencies are deployed around the clock. We're talking local police forces, district officials coordinating all the logistics, and specialized search teams from the State Disaster Response Force, or SDRF. They're all working collaboratively, scouring the river and surrounding areas in a desperate bid to locate the missing passengers. As those specialized teams continue their incredibly tough work out on the waters of the Bargi Dam, we are left looking at the profound human cost of this disaster. We've seen families torn apart in the blink of an eye and a community just waiting anxiously for any news. It leaves us with a critical question to reflect on. As the search continues and official investigations kick off, what structural or safety changes will it actually take to ensure a tragedy of this unimaginable scale never strikes the Narmada River ever again? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer and for seeking to understand the facts behind this deeply tragic event.